put some respect on Mr. Pibb and Roddy Ricch, Paul.
Fanta, don't you wanta?
Is this guy stupid?
Who's counting brisk as a soda?
Because when I open a brisk, it goes...
Is this just like accepted at this point?
People are going to hate this pick. Life party life, always a party. Let's go, Paulie.
Cheers, baby. How we doing?
Paul's rocking the flannel. It is officially flannel season. It's October. Speaking of flannel season, Paul, we both saw Post Malone this weekend. And when I was at Post Malone, I was there Thursday night at Wells Fargo. You were there, what, Friday night at Prudential?
Friday night, Prudential Center, yep.
I could probably count. I mean, the capacity was about probably 35,000, 40,000 people, maybe less, 25,000.
25,000, yeah.
Maybe 20,000 of the people there had flannels on.
Nice, solid.
So it is officially flannel season. I like your flannel, Paul. Good vibes heading into this episode.
It's fall. I've been checking out the foliage and the leaves changing up here in New Jersey, especially North Jersey where I'm living right now. It's gorgeous. It is starting to look really good. Probably one more week, it's going to look amazing. So I'm excited for fall. The weather, not too much. I'm a summer guy.
Yeah, you were bitching about the cold weather.
I like the heat. Yeah, the cold weather doesn't do it for me. Not going to lie, the fall day in the middle of the day, like great weather.
Well, fall mornings are tough sometimes.
They're
a little
rough.
chilly.
There are cold days. They're not for me. But partiers, hope you guys are doing well. Give us a big like if you're watching on YouTube, or 5 stars if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to. We appreciate the support as always. So, that's a big help.
So last week we did a draft.
Yeah.
What did we do? We did fast food draft, which is hilarious. Your top 5 list was trash. And
Just wait. We'll put them up.
What else did we do? We did 3 drafts last week. So if you haven't checked it out, check out our last episode. We did a fast food draft. We did a beer draft. And then we did male actors in Hollywood draft. And we did a top 5. So if you haven't checked out that episode yet, go over there to last week's episode and see whose list you like the best. This isn't a draft, but how would you rank the seasons?
You're not gonna lie. I love fall. I love fall.
I agree. So we'll both agree on that. Fall 1.
Fall 1.
Is there 4 seasons?
Summer 2.
Summer 2. I'm with you.
Spring 3. Winter 4. Other than my birthday and the actual Christmas
but
celebration.
You do get Christmas and your birthday in the winter.
I get, yeah, that's a week though.
But I get my birthday in the fall.
Oh, yeah. See, I get a nice week.
Boom.
In the winter. Other than that, if you took Christmas, I saw somebody talk about this. If you took Christmas from the winter season, it's literally it's terrible.
Is this guy stupid?
It's terrible.
He said, I saw someone talk about this. If you took Christmas out of winter, it's terrible.
It is terrible.
I said that on this show, on this programming.
Did you?
This guy, is he not a fan of Life's a Party? If you're an every weekly listener, you know that I said that
run it back
a couple weeks ago.
Back.
I mean, we might have to find the footage and put it in. But I will say this, Paul. If you were to remove Christmas from winter, it's arguably the worst season and miserable time of the year. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
I said that on this programming.
Okay.
So let's get some sense of awareness. But we're also going to do another draft today. We are doing a soda draft.
Absolutely.
And the candy draft. Candy fits in with the fall festivities.
Yeah, fall festivities, Halloween coming up. Next week, I think we're talking about Halloween a little bit.
Yes, we will.
Halloween's coming up soon. A big fan favorite of both of us.
Are we going to have a Halloween show?
We did last year. We probably should.
I think it will be not this week's show, not next week's show,
the
but the following. And
yeah.
It'll come out like November 1st, like the day after,
I think. Yeah, because Halloween is on a Monday this year. That sucks.
All right.
But that weekend's going to be a nice weekend.
It is. So we'll get to that eventually. But speaking of weekend, we were just at Post Malone.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit. I thought he was amazing, Paul. I don't know. We haven't talked about it yet on what we thought of his performances. Like, I've heard anything but good things about him. And he does go out there and pour his heart and soul out into a performance. It felt like it was his last performance when I was there Thursday night. And you probably got the same feeling the next day.
Yeah. He is a great performer overall. His show was really cool. Some of his lights, I was paying attention to the lighting rigs. They almost felt like jellyfishes.
Yeah, the lights were dope.
They were kind of like moving. There was like a bunch. He had his stage setup was like 3 rows, and that he would walk down each side. So he had like the middle row, and then each side row, and then each row had like a circle. It had like 3 circles where he would like stop and maybe do some stuff. So that was his basic stage setup, which I liked. It came out a little bit.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal performance. Roddy Ricch opened, who I like Roddy Ricch.
I didn't care for him.
Yeah, a lot of people were going to the bathroom, getting food,
He's
snacks,
the opener.
beers.
That's the whole point. Yeah.
Did you have, I guess you did, Zach Bia open before Roddy Ricch?
Was he the
DJ?
Oh, okay.
He used to date Madison Beer. So it's like,
really?
this guy is like, he was on Dave Portnoy. What's that podcast called with Dave Portnoy and the TikTokers?
BFFs.
BFFs. He was on that, and Dave Portnoy is like, who the fuck are you? He's like, you're with all these A-list celebrities. You're hanging out with Drake. You're dating Madison Beer. Like, who are you? And then I saw him DJ. He was all right. I mean, I've seen people. I went to Tom Segura in Madison Square Garden, and he didn't have an opening comedian. He had an opening DJ.
Oh, nice.
Which it was different vibes.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you want to get into this before we get into our draft, but I heard that you thought you were going into Post Malone and getting pit seats, or standing room seats, and you ended up in the upper deck.
So, yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if this
like,
was...
you don't have to throw a buddy under the bus.
No, so I don't know.
But that's kind of deflating when you think you're going down the stairs or the escalators, and instead you're going up.
Yeah, the thing is, when I've seen concerts recently, I feel like I'm always just in the upper deck, right? And I always feel like I'm there. And then I remember we bought these tickets months ago, probably like 6 or 7 months ago. I don't usually buy tickets that far in advance. I think like you have to. Yeah. Tickets are so expensive nowadays for literally any sporting event or any event, like for a concert. But he was like, yo, we got these tickets. He had 16 tickets.
Well, did he get them through like a company, or he just bought 16?
He said
I'm going to buy 16 tickets and just find 15 people.
Yeah, said his grandmother had them.
Granny loves Posty.
Loves Post Malone. But he had 16 tickets. I think 15 of us went. Like, it was a really good time.
Did Grandma go?
She should have went.
She didn't go?
She did not go. We missed out. But, like, we paid a lot for the ticket. And I don't know if it's just because of the price of the ticket, and I know what some floor seats are, that I just assumed we were on the floor. But I have a weird feeling. Somebody told me this. I'm like, okay, cool. I know Prudential very well. I worked there for the Devils.
You do.
Like, I know the stadium. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I've never been that low. I saw Taylor Swift years ago.
Did you?
With it was a Christmas gift from my dad, and we were actually on the floor. That was at the Link. It was still very far back, and it was different. But like Post, I thought I was gonna be close. Like they were like, yeah,
like give Post a high five.
I think here's the whole thing, because
you thought you walked in Prudential Center. I'm gonna give Post Malone a high five today. And then next thing you know, you couldn't even sniff him from the upper deck.
Yeah, no. Well, I could sniff a lot, which we'll talk about. But
yeah.
Everywhere in that stadium, it was insane. But here's the thing. I think it was because a lot of my friends were like, yeah, we're 10th row. We're 10th row. So I think that's where it came into play. But I'm like, no, we're 10 rows from the freaking ceiling.
10 rows from
that's
the
the
rafters.
difference. But no, overall, like, still really enjoyed the experience. My buddy apologized to me like 10 times. I got a call in the morning and be like, yo, man, I don't know what happened. I don't know why. I never said that. Go look at the text.
That's the thing now, though. That's a big thing.
So
last couple events I've gone to, I went to Tom Segura, Madison Square Garden, or Hulu Center. Went to UFC Fight Nights. Went to Kevin Hart, Post Malone. It smells like weed everywhere you go nowadays.
We were like standing up. We were right when Post like came on. You heard the music. You're like, oh, here he comes. Everyone gets up out of their seat. And then within 2 minutes, man, the whole place reeked. And I was like, what is going on? And then I looked down. I got a few rows in front of me, like to the left, huge like smoke.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, huge puffs. And I'm like, this is like, what is going on? Like, does the usher not say something? Is this just like accepted at this point?
I think at this point it's just accepted because I was standing there. I had better seats than you. No offense.
Yeah, thanks.
But there was like just smoke clouds going off. Whether it was people vaping, Nick sticks, or it was weed. Most of the time it was weed. But yeah.
What was interesting though for me, because obviously we didn't know this was hard, because earlier, literally like a month ago, Post Malone was performing and cracked some of his ribs.
Yeah, he fell on stage.
So he fell on stage. Video went super viral. Obviously, he was, and then like he performed like the next night, and then he took a break, and then we didn't know if he was gonna. I'm like, yo, we got tickets. Like, speedy recovery, man. Like, we got to make this thing go. But he came out. But I realized by the last song, he was like pouring, like you said, pouring his heart and soul into everything, and I could see him holding his rib cage.
I saw it too.
And I was like, maybe you think you're passionate, maybe hold your chest, but he was like, no, he was holding his ribs, but. I didn't think it hindered the performance at all, at least my knowledge.
I love that he acts like such a normal dude.
He does.
He's has such good manners. And to think that this guy was just like a normal dude and now is a full-fledged rock star is just crazy to think about in the evolution of his career.
It's just the way he speaks to people too. Like you said, he's got like nice manners. But the thing is, his face is covered in tattoos.
Yeah,
so
he's like, thank you so very much. Like, just sing the next song.
Yeah. He kept thanking the audience. He was very grateful for everyone being there, which is, I love, and it just shows more authenticity, like from the performer. Other than like, I just don't want some guy like cursing at me the whole time.
Yeah, touring's crazy. I had company tickets in a suite. Once again, better tickets than Paul. For Kevin Hart on Friday. So while you were at Post Malone, I was at Kevin Hart at Wells Fargo Center. And
how was his show? Have you seen him live before?
So I saw him this year.
Okay.
I see him every time he has a special and he goes on tour, whether it's in Philly or Atlantic City.
He's your dude.
He is my dude. I can't front.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you remember, but if you want to go all the way back, we got some old episodes talking about Ryan. He's got a cardboard cutout.
I was like, I like the guy.
You're
like, you have a cardboard cutout, life size of Kevin Hart. I like him. So I saw him this year in Atlantic City. I end up getting suite tickets from my company. I get a +1. So I kind of regret that decision. But it is funny to see how his material has changed and developed because I saw him a couple months ago in Atlantic City. So obviously he tweaked some things. I thought he was a lot funnier this time.
But it's the same show.
Oh,
interesting.
Starting an hour late, too.
Why?
You get that a lot, too. I noticed that for the past couple concerts or comedy shows I've gone to, they're starting late. Post Malone started late. So it's like people show up late to these events because Post Malone, it's like, 8 o'clock on a ticket. Post Malone's not coming on until 9:30, 9:45.
Well, but I've always felt like that with concerts. That's the whole point of opening acts is people showing up late, staying in the parking lot and tailgating or going to the pregame and coming. Like, I don't expect, that's the thing. I don't expect them.
Like Zach Bia, who opened the show for Post Malone, he didn't start playing songs on DJ until like 8:25.
So he should have started at 8.
Yeah, whoever's opening should start at 8 o'clock.
That's when the show should begin.
But they don't do, like Kevin Hart, he has like 3 or 4 guys that open for him, and then they didn't even come on until 8:45, and the ticket starts at 8. So I mean, they always do that because they want the crowd to fill up, which I get, but it's just an annoying thing, and everyone knows it. That's why half my suite showed up at 9:30 because they know that's what's going to happen when you go to comedy or concerts.
I saw maybe the last 2 songs of Roddy Ricch.
Like you had the mindset of, this isn't going to start on time. Let me go late.
No, so we were there. We got there at like 7:30. We were in the building. We just didn't go to our seat because I didn't care. Like we were like, oh, well, let's just go get some food. We hung out. We were just like talking to everyone outside of our seats. So yeah, it all depends what the concert.
Well, that's the problem. Everybody like, oh, let's not go out there yet because the seats aren't filled. But then it's like a cat and mouse game with the crowd.
For sure.
Because they're not coming out because you're not starting. So it's like a whole cat and mouse game. Real quick before we get into our drafts, I was kind of looking at like the months on how Kevin Hart tours. He's touring for 7 months. Like, how would you feel touring for 7 months? Because like these comedians or like Post Malone or these musicians, they go on tour for 7 to 10 months. And then they take a year off, but they're not even taking a year off. They're writing a whole album and then just going on tour again. Would you like that touring lifestyle? Like, how would you think you would fare? So say Let's Party goes on the road. We get an RV. Yeah. We're on for 7 months. How do you think you would fare? Would you enjoy that tour life?
I would if that's like, hey, we do this once every couple of years. But if you're like, there are some artists that are constantly touring. Like I feel like Zach Brown Band is here every summer.
Right. Well, comedians come out with an hour of content, like an hour special every year.
Not always, though. Some comedians do. Well, I think like Kevin Hart. But there are a lot of comedians, so like I like John Mulaney. You might get a special at John Mulaney like every couple of years. Like it all depends. Like when I really liked Bo Burnham, like Bo Burnham quit comedy for 4 years. Yeah. And then was doing like movies. And he was like, hey, I want to direct. And then he came back with a comedy special. And I was like, okay, great. So it's all different. But
that touring has got to be so draining, dude.
Yeah, it's
Post Malone performed Thursday in Philly. Now he's probably going to party after. And then he's getting on a bus. He's going to North Jersey, the Prudential Center, performing that night. Maybe sometimes he's in Texas. He has 2 shows one night. And then I always think about, I told you about where these performers have like that spray that numbs their throat. I told you about that.
Yeah, I know
But yeah, one of my favorite documentaries is one of my favorite artists, Mike Stud. He goes by Just Mike. But it's a documentary based on his tour. It's called like Touring is Boring. And it takes you inside of the tour.
That's nice.
And it's crazy. And we should go on tour, Paul.
Sure. Yeah. We'll sell some tickets.
Live the rock star lifestyle and go on tour.
Interesting fact, though. Earlier today, I saw a video of Harry Styles. So did you see this video?
I didn't see the video, but that dude played what? Madison Square Garden 17 nights in a row?
He said, he played 15 nights. He played 15 nights at Madison Square Garden, which is absurd in general. But it was crazy because he finished performing. He's like, all right, bye, see you later, whatever. And he runs, and you see his van pulled up right below the seats. The man finishes and jumps in a van and then leaves. And it's funny because you don't really think. You're like, oh, they probably just hang out. They probably just hang out, party, or they wait for the traffic to die. It's like, no, they leave, man. They are gone immediately once they're done.
It's crazy.
So, yeah, let's start a draft.
Let's start a draft, not a military draft.
No.
We don't want to get drafted
this
in the military.
A little more sweet,
safer.
Yeah.
We're going to do a soda draft, Paul.
Soda draft starting it out hot. I'm a big soda fanatic. I love soda. And I got a lot of options here. I think there's some good options, but at the end of the day, I feel confident about this, though.
The way you got to play this, and we went over this last week, is you can't play what you like.
You get the best team. That's
you
just
get the best
football
team. You play the public opinion.
If you're doing fantasy football or whatever, right? You might not like a player, but if the player's good, draft him. You're trying to win the game.
Yeah, if I don't like the Eagles, I should still take Jalen Hurts.
Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah, he's a great player. Great guy.
All right, well, let's do heads or tails on this Guinness bottle cap.
Okay, so
all right, I was practicing flipping it, so I should be all right for this. All right. So the bottom's tails and the top's heads.
Am I calling it or you?
You're
okay.
Well, I'm flipping it, so you're
calling it. Yep.
All right, here we go. Ready? Okay.
Tails.
Oh, no.
There we go, baby. I got the first one. All right, cool. So I'm starting out hot. I think big advantage, I think. Specifically, we're doing 2 categories today. Soda, candy. Ryan will have the first pick with candy.
Yes.
But
I actually like that. I'm deferring. I prefer that.
You didn't defer. You lost, buddy. So
you didn't prefer. You lost, buddy.
I'm going to start with my favorite soda.
What is it?
The classic, the strongest in the group, Coca-Cola.
Okay. That's a boring pick. It's a boring pick.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yeah. Oh, it's a boring pick. But
pick.
What I'm saying is the most popular soda in the world.
Well, I don't do drugs, so that's why I'm not doing Coca-Cola, because there's cocaine in Coca-Cola.
Used to be. That's why it was so good.
Was so good.
Still pretty delicious.
I actually prefer the other option.
Is that what you're going with? That's boring too.
That's just, I'm not going to do that.
That's boring.
I'm going to go with my first pick. Give me the Dr. Pepper Mr. Pibb, baby.
No. You get one.
It's the same drink.
No, you don't.
No, the fucking ain't.
You're right. It's not the same.
No, that's not how it works.
I'm going to give me Mr. Pibb then.
What?
Mr. Pibb is better than Dr. Pepper.
Wow, that's strong.
From someone who drinks Dr. Pepper on a consistent basis with Mr. Pibb, going to the movie theaters, large Mr. Pibb, Pibb Extra.
The fuck
is better than Dr. Pepper.
Sorry, you get Mr. Pibb at the movies? I'm sorry. How?
He does.
I get Mr.
He actually does. He loves it. Yeah.
When I go to Five Guys, they got Pibb Extra vanilla.
What?
That's a game that should be on the fucking list. I'm telling you right now, if we had a public opinion, I guarantee Mr. Pibb is better than Dr. Pepper. Mr. Pibb is my number one.
Okay.
Go ahead, Paul.
Terrible first choice.
Let's
just
it's
say
not
that.
terrible. It's probably the best. Mr. Pibb is phenomenal.
All right, let's go here. Paul's second pick.
Can we get the peanut gallery
Relax.
to shut the fuck up?
He's done. You just keep talking. He already knows he lost this round.
You need to
Terrible
put some
first round
respect
pick.
on Mr. Pibb and Roddy Rich, Paul.
All right. Second pick for Paul. We are going for an overall good collection, going with Sprite. You want the lemon lime? Sprite's your best option. Sierra Mist, don't even know what that is.
Why do you look like you're sucking on a lemon over there?
I think 7-Up's better than...
Oh, for fuck's sake.
7-Up too? 7-Up's terrible.
Sprite's your main game.
When I drink alcohol, I prefer 7-Up as the mixture than Sprite.
That's stupid. Well,
whenever I'm at somewhere that's Pepsi products only, and they're like, is 7-Up okay or Sierra Mist okay? I'm like, no, the fuck it isn't.
Sky Peach Vodka with 7-Up. Next time you're at a bar, give it a go. Sky Peach Vodka, 7-Up. Not fucking Sprite. Fuck Sprite.
All right, what's your next one, buddy?
My next one is Baja Blast. Number 2 on the list. That one hurt Paul. I said Baja Blast. It hurt his soul.
But not going to lie, I didn't think he'd take it 2. I was going to take it next. I was actually deciding Sprite or that, but I was like, it's going to stay there. But I forgot we did talk about Taco Bell last week on the show.
Baja Blast.
Baja Blast is a good one. It's good.
Well, Baja Blast is what? Mountain Dew and
It's a Mountain Dew.
It's like a Mountain
flavor.
Dew?
It's
yeah.
like a Mountain Dew flavor. Like they have Code Red and all those other.
it's like a
types.
Mountain Dew flavor.
Yeah.
All right, I
pretty
got
much.
it.
It's like a Mountain Dew flavor. All right, number 3.
Next one for Paul. Root beer, Stewart's. Stewart's root beer.
Well, yeah, I was
Solid
gonna say
pick.
it should be Stewart's root beer.
Well, I'm
No,
just saying root beer in general.
What the hell is root beer Stewart's?
I got Stewart's root beer. Well, I'm gonna let you know because honestly,
Stewart-
you
root
can take
beer-
you can take another root beer if you want, but it's just not gonna compare. Stewart's root beer.
I'm taking Stewart's root beer, not root beer Stewart's. What other root beer are there?
Mug.
A&W, Mug.
Mug's better.
No, it's
Mug
not.
is
Mug is
better.
better
No,
than
it's
A&W.
Mug is
I don't
better
know-
than Stewart's.
I don't know about Stewart's. Mug is good, but no, I don't think better than
Stewart's is the classic. What do you got here, buddy?
Mug is great in a can with the little doggy on it.
Mm-hmm.
Ruff, ruff.
Terrible.
I'm going to go with. People are gonna hate this pick. I
This
think I'm
list
doing-
is already horrible.
I'm doing the opposite of what I said we should do in the beginning. Is pick
You're
our
picking your
favorites.
favorites, and you're not picking a good list.
Wild Cherry Pepsi.
So
is
stupid.
number 3.
I can kind of get with that one, honestly.
Producer Drew can get with it. You
I
heard it.
like yeah.
Wild
Wild Cherry
Cherry
Pepsi is better
Pepsi.
than regular Pepsi.
It tastes even better at Pizza Hut.
Ryan is a
Wild
big
Cherry-
Pizza Hut fan, actually. Literally, the first time I went to pizza was with this guy. I would never went there. He's like, let's go to Pizza Hut.
Wild Cherry Pepsi at Pizza Hut is phenomenal. Pizza Hut was good because it was by our movie theater. So you would go see the movie, and as you pass out the movie theater, Pizza Hut is right there. I don't even know where the closest Pizza Hut is anymore. If you know, let me know. Drop the location. Send me your location. Go ahead, Paul.
All right.
My list is looking great.
It's not looking that good.
It's looking phenomenal.
Doing the creating the best list here again. Overall,
No.
you got all your options here. I'm going with orange, Fanta.
Fanta.
Why is he saying it in reverse? Orange Fanta?
It's not Fanta orange.
I'm sorry. Fanta?
Fanta.
He can't say it.
It's literally Fanta. It's not Fanta.
And the-
Fanta.
What's the
It's
song?
literally Fanta.
What's the song?
Fanta, Fanta, don't you want to? The fuck you mean? It's Fanta.
I retract my statement.
The fuck you mean?
Fanta, Fanta, don't you wanta? Stupid. Doesn't sound right.
Bad pick.
Fanta
Actually,
orange.
I'm not an orange guy.
It's orange Fanta. That's stupid.
He's contemplating it. He's like,
No, because you're like,
he is mind fucked right now. All right.
my list is killing it.
My last one here. This is the last pick of the draft. It looks like I only have one other option I could go
This is
with.
your
Pick a
fourth.
good one.
This is your fourth, dude.
Oh, this is my fourth. Let me go with Brisk. Number 4 on the list. Brisk is phenomenal. You know where it's even better at?
Who's counting Brisk as a soda?
Brisk is better at Applebee's. Raspberry Brisk, undefeated.
Is Brisca
No, it's not.
It's a drink.
Okay,
In
so
the
I could put
so-
I could put orange juice on this
It's
list.
go ahead.
We
It's a
didn't do-
drink, and no, because orange.
Brisk? On Wikipedia, Brisk is a tea and juice.
Yeah, Brisk is not.
It's
on the
in the
list.
soda aisle.
So what? The Capri Sun's in the soda aisle, probably.
I don't think so. It's probably in the
It's
breakfast.
considered
Should
it's
we-
considered a soft drink, but not
Oh,
carbonated.
it's considered a soft drink.
It's not soda.
It probably-
as it's not carbonated.
It
probably
is
has-
not. No, because we're
Well, no, it has carbonated because when I open a Brisk, it goes.
Yeah, so does fucking water.
Does it?
Sometimes, yeah.
Water is not carbonated.
It slightly is.
No, I don't. Fine, I'll pick something else.
Yeah, do it.
I
Give me
think
a
it's just-
Pepsi. Give me Pepsi. I'll take Pepsi. Pepsi is better than Coke. Oh wait, should I have wild cherry Pepsi and regular Pepsi? That's fine. I like both. That's my number 4, Pepsi. I'm shit out of luck without this Brisk. I don't know if I have a 5th option.
That's a terrible, dude. Brisk. We should just like not have you have a fourth. pick.
What's funny is that he and I were talking about this. I didn't realize this was for sodas. I thought this was just drinks.
He
and
was so
came up with-
confident.
Brisk. Brisk
He-
is
he literally-
phenomenal, dude.
He literally said to me, "What other types of iced teas are there?" There's like Snapple, and Brisk was like the last thing that came to his mind.
Like I think Brisk is the best iced tea. Well, you got like
Arnold
Lipton.
Palmer.
No, Arnold Palmer is so overrated.
So good.
I would consider myself like a iced tea expert. What's the Greenleaf is decent. It's good.
Arizona.
No, it's horrible. That's just a brand name. Arizona iced tea makes me more thirsty when I drink
You don't like
it.
Snapple?
Snapple's good.
Snapple's good. You like the raspberry, don't you?
Raspberry Snapple, peach Snapple. Original Snapple.
I like
Snapple's
lemon
good.
Snapple.
I like Snapple.
All right, rounding out the best soda list here. This is a fan favorite. My favorite. Grape soda.
Ew, dude.
Grape is amazing.
No,
Grape
it's
soda.
not.
Yep. That's what we're doing here.
So you're covering kind of all the bases here. You got like the original Coke. You got Fanta, orange soda, grape soda.
My list is phenomenal. Here, you finish out your list. We'll go down the list.
Chocolate milk. No, I'm just kidding.
Carbonated chocolate
I
milk.
literally come over and slap
A
you.
Yoo-hoo.
Not
They're not
carbonated.
sodas, dude. What are you doing?
All right, here we go. Well, I don't really have much to play with here. But I'll go Dr. Pepper. I have the same fucking soda in 3 different variations.
All right. So honestly,
Great list. That's like Family Feud when the guy says a bad answer.
Great answer.
Great list.
So we're gonna talk about how he's gonna say his list
I
of
don't know.
soda.
Dr. Pip?
Y'all are sleeping on Mr. Pitt.
He said he's gonna say his list of sodas better. Yet he wanted to pick a drink that wasn't soda and has 2 of basically the same drink on the list.
Brisk has the same amount of calories. It's carbonated. And if you go to Wawa, Brisk is probably next to a soda.
I literally said it wasn't carbonated.
All right. Going down my list, best list starting from number 5, we got grape soda, we got orange soda, root beer, Sprite, and Coca-Cola. That's a solid list.
Pretty good, but not better than this.
Terrible.
Number 5, Dr. Pepper. That's great.
Okay, good pick. I will give it
That is a great 5. Number 4, Pepsi. Yeah, that's a great, phenomenal 4. Let's just give Pepsi with a twist. Wild Cherry Pepsi 3. Number 2, Baja Blast. Number 1, Mr. Pibb, the best soda out there. If you know, you know. And if you didn't, now you know. And honorable mention, Brisk.
There's no okay.
And chocolate milk.
So there's your soda
And
list.
water.
There's your
And Bud
two.
Light.
There's your 2 lists, 2 drafts for soda. Let us know in the comment section over on YouTube. If whose list you like better,
Or what you would do differently.
Yeah.
Or if you consider Brisk in this category.
you definitely don't. So you can put that. But
Raspberry Brisk, Applebee's. Thank me later.
So after I demolish that round, Ryan gets the first round pick for candy.
I don't even need the first round pick, but I'll take it.
Oh, cocky, aren't you?
Halloween is coming up. There's a lot of options for candy out there, and I'm gonna give you the best.
What do you want in
All
your
right,
basket?
here we go. Let me go number 1.
I already know what he's going with.
I want to go this, but I feel like I should go the other one. Because I don't think a lot of people have this as their... I'm going to go number 1, Sour Patch Kids.
That's a solid first.
As
pick.
a salad first, because I was going to go the other one, but maybe I'll get a I'm not going to tell you my game plan.
Okay.
Sour Patch Kids, number 1. You could go the other way. I'm just going to go ahead.
Yeah, how about you just relax over there?
Because if I explain it, I'm going to give other
So
answers.
shut up.
Sour Patch Kids, number 1. Go ahead, Paul.
Paul's first round pick. It's a classic. Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay, I saw that coming.
Honestly, it's a fan favorite. It'll go Halloween like crazy. It's my favorite. It's
You
a
messed
good first pick.
up. You messed up there. You know how you messed
Why?
up?
Because you're gonna pick the other one.
Because the Reese's cup is worse than a Reese's Big Cup. So you should have went with Reese's Big Cup instead of just a normal Reese's cup. And you also should have added refrigerated Reese's cup.
Okay. The big cup is terrible.
That's wrong. That's false.
The portions aren't.
I had one the other day.
The portion isn't good enough.
That's
like
just
it's
wrong.
too much
I
peanut
agree.
butter.
I
It's too
agree.
much
The
chocolate.
regular Reese's cup has too much chocolate.
No, it's
What?
it's
You
literally
get the
perfect.
big cup to get more peanut butter.
That's
No,
stupid.
it's too much peanut butter.
And do you put it in the fridge? Because you have to.
Oh no, a refrigerated Reese's cup is amazing.
I
It's-
won't eat it if it's not refrigerated.
No, you have to. Yeah, the chocolate. Yeah, the chocolate has to be in the fridge. It's way better frozen. It's great.
All right. My number 2 draft pick is Reese Pieces.
Knew that one was coming.
That was going to be my number 1. I do like Reese Pieces. Actually love them. So there you go, number 2. Reese Pieces. Good start. Good start for the kid.
Okay.
Reese Pieces?
It's not
Or
bad.
Reese
Not bad.
Pieces?
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's. I don't know how to fucking say it.
There's a few options I could go
I can
here. Ryan has a gummy option. I feel like I need a gummy option on the board, a strong one.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna go with Starburst.
Oh, I hate that pick.
I'm gonna go with
That pick
Starburst.
stinks.
It's a great pick.
It's not a good pick.
What's great with Starburst, right? You got a few options of flavor.
Not a good pick.
It's in that
Yeah, shut
long
the fuck
tube
up.
usually. It's a good pick.
It's a good pick because it's in a long tube.
Yep.
A little sus.
Don't worry about it.
Shut the fuck.
All right, my number 3rd pick
My number 3rd.
is the Kit Kat.
Terrible.
That's not terrible. It's a great pick. That's people listening to this are probably like, good pick, right? Know that why it's a good pick? Because that's
Good
my
answer. Good
that's
answer.
that's my number 1 candy, Kit Kat. So good pick, right, guy? Kit Kat, number 3. I'm running away with this category. Just like I run away with most of them. Sour Patch Kids, Reese's Pieces, Kit Kat.
All right, I got my 3rd pick. It's a fan favorite here on the show. I'm going with Skittles.
That's a good pick.
You got to
Good pick.
taste the rainbow, baby.
It's a good pick. I had it on my list. I thought I could get it at 5. I was wrong.
It's too good of a candy. You can't get it that low.
I could go a couple different ways here. I'm not gonna go with the peanut M&Ms. That's gonna go off the list. This could be a curveball here. I don't know. Give me the blow pop. The blow pop.
Not going to lie, it's not a terrible answer.
I was gonna go Snickers, but for some reason, someone was screaming down at me. Maybe that owl, like how many licks does it take to get into that's a Tootsie fucking pop.
That's a
This
Tootsie
is,
Pop.
this is the blow pop.
The blow pop.
But I love blow pops.
That's a good answer. It's a good answer. You get the lollipop in there.
Though the gum does suck. You think they would have the technology now to make it an everlasting piece of gum in the middle of the blow pop, wouldn't you think? All right, that's my 5. Go ahead, Paul, your 5th pick.
It's not 4.
Oh, you're right.
Wait, you have 5, right?
No, I got 4.
Oh, no, you have 4. Okay,
I'm just
cool.
writing big.
Yeah. All right. Ryan fumbled the bag there because
Did I give you one?
the thing is, no. I had it on the list. I didn't know if I was going to pick it, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to round out my draft. I think going with some caramel and some chocolate, I'm going with the Snickers bar. Snickers is it's just overall a good bar. It's a good bar. It's got everything you need, and if you need some chocolate in this list, variety, there you go.
I fucked up. I should have won Snickers 4. I could have got the blow pop at 5.
Yeah, definitely could have got the blow pop
All
later.
right, what's his problem?
Would have never got that one.
Well, kids show.
All right, last one for you. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with my favorite candy at 5. What's he laughing at?
Probably not that popular.
I don't know. I think it's my favorite candy. I'm going with the trolley gummy worms, number 5.
You know what? That's not bad. I like that one too.
They're phenomenal. It's my favorite candy. So if you see me trick or treating on October 31st, I knock on your door, trick or treat. I can do a trick, or you give me a treat. Give me trolley gummy worms.
What's the trick?
You have to find out. It may have something to do with the blow pops. Kid show.
Rounding out my list, one of the best candies ever invented.
I already have it. Trolley.
That's
Trolley
nope,
gummy
not
worms.
that. Nerds.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
I've got a round out list. I do love Nerds. I love the way that you can just open the box and pour it in your mouth. I think other than like any other candy, you just don't really do that.
I think this is another mistake you made.
Why? This is great.
Because you should have went with the Nerds rope.
No.
Producer Drew agrees with me.
Not a
Nerds
fan of the
rope
Nerds
is
rope.
better.
No.
Nerds rope is
I got a
Nerds
bunch.
rope is better.
We got some gummy stuff in here. I'm trying to round out this list. Also things that I like. I think this is a solid list.
What's your thoughts on gummy bears?
They're okay. I like them in vodka.
Me too.
Soak those bad boys in some vodka. You're having yourself a good night.
All right. Top 5 list. My number 5, trolley gummy worms. My favorite candy. Number 4, you want to suck on something? Suck on a blow pop, baby. Number 3, Kit Kat. It's a lot of people's number 1 favorite candy. It's my number 3, so I would call that ding, ding, ding value. Number 2, Reese's Pieces. Also my favorite candy. Number 1 favorite candy. So there, I got 2 of my favorite number 1 candies on the same damn list. That's pretty impressive. And number 1, also my favorite candy, probably your favorite candy, Sour Patch Kids. So if you told me at the end of this I was going to get 3 of my number 1 candies and have a great top 5, I'm going to take that all day.
Yeah, because that makes
Amazing
complete
top
sense.
five.
I'm just missing a fucking brisk.
Yeah, make complete sense. Yeah, my 3 of my number 1 candies.
And to end the show, I'm going to eat all of them during the episode.
So I got a better list here. Let's go down my list a little bit. Rounding out the best list here, starting at number 5, we have Nerds. Number 4, Snickers bar.
That's good. That's a good pick. 4 Snickers is good.
Snickers, amazing. Can't believe I got that low. 3, we're going with Skittles. Got to taste that rainbow, baby. 2, Starburst. Amazing.
Starburst.
Yeah. What's up? I'm trying to think of their slogan. It's like juice in your mouth or something like that.
Whoa. Getting sexual.
I don't remember, but it's
what it
something.
is.
And then number 1, best Halloween candy by far. My favorite candy overall. Got the Reese's peanut butter cups. You got to put them in the fridge.
Unexplainably juicy. There you go.
Unexplainably juicy. Yeah, I had that one, Starburst. But Reese's peanut butter cups, number 1.
So my argument on your list is I think that I would rather have 3 of your 5's alternative candy. So you got the Nerds. I prefer Nerds Rope. You got the Reese Cup. I prefer Big Cup Reese Cup.
Stupid. That's just wrong.
And then what's the other one that you had? Not Snickers.
Skittles or Starburst?
I prefer sour Skittles.
I know you do like the sour Skittles. I'm not a fan of the sour Skittles. I do like them.
They hurt your mouth.
I do love. Didn't put this on the list.
Honorable
I
mention?
do
Got
love Sour Patch watermelon.
That's good.
They're delicious.
But we've talked about this where I get bored of the flavor. Like it's the same flavor over and over again.
That's true.
I saw some girl on TikTok. She claims that she has this, I wouldn't call it a disease, but I guess you could say a skill, where she can taste flavor. So if you give her Skittles, she can just go blindfolded, eat the Skittle, and tell you what color that Skittle is.
What?
Well, that's normal because all the Skittles have specific flavors to them.
Flavors.
Do they?
If you said that
Like
with
Starburst, I get
if you get like an M&M,
M&Ms.
okay, M&Ms are all the same.
All right, it was probably M&Ms.
There's no way. That's
I
impossible.
can taste colors? Is that what
I kind of believe it. I'm not gonna lie.
He's like, yeah, she could have a Coca-Cola and be like, that's Coca-Cola.
No
she can have
fucking
orange
way.
soda and be like, that's orange
Get her to
soda.
fucking Harvard.
It's like, no, your taste. I mean, yeah.
Well, there's our another 2 draft. Let us know in the comments who you think won. I have a good idea on what they're gonna say.
So what? Yeah. See, I know
You're
you're
an idiot.
yeah,
Wrong.
That's true. You're very confident. We did this last week, so if you haven't checked out last week's show, definitely check that out. I'm gonna put a poll out on Instagram of last week's, and then when this show comes out, look within the next day or 2. This poll is gonna come out too, and just vote. See which one you like, and
we do want to
We'll have a winner.
apologize because last week our visual camera got corrupted. So we're not going to be able to see our top 5 list on TikTok from last week. But its audio version's out. You can listen to it on YouTube. It's still funny as shit. Just like this was pretty funny, pretty fun. Just like last week, if you guys enjoy us doing these lists, let us know in the comments. And we'll do them more on a regular basis. The next thing, before we get out of here, Paul, we're going to do a couple hypothetical questions.
oh yeah, baby.
You always ask, right, let's get some hypothetical questions. So we're going to do a couple, maybe 2, maybe 3 before we get out of here. The first one, Paul, is if extra lives were a thing in the real world, how would you get them?
So I think you got to feel as though it's a video game, right? So it's
you're
like,
thinking like
a quest. So if I go on a quest
I like
and I
that.
complete the quest, I get the extra life, right? Or I complete the mission, I get the goal, which would be the life.
that would be dope. So I was thinking more of like the same thing where it's like maybe you find like that quest, but you like go through like a secret door like Narnia or some shit.
Yeah.
And then your life stops. So your life's on pause so it doesn't interfere with your time in your lifespan. You go on the quest in this magic door and you can gain another life. But do you lose a life?
I mean, if you're not maybe unsuccessful, but if you die in the process, you should die. Unless you have an extra life from another quest. Right? It's like you got to put something on the line here. If there's nothing on the line, then you shouldn't be able to earn anything.
What if another way to get lives is if you like kill somebody and then you get their life? You get their life. This is producer Joe. I kill him. I get 2 lives. It's like Jumanji. They get the lives on their arm.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Makes me think of Hunger Games. That would be scary time.
Something like that. Yeah, for sure.
All right, next one, Paul.
Next one. What do you think the future will look like? What changes do you think we'll see in the next 50 years?
50 years, which is our lifespan, hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah.
As long
for
as we
sure.
don't die.
Because that would be bad.
Because that would be bad.
Automatic thought. I've seen a lot of people talk about it. Gary Vee talked about it. This idea where he thinks within the next like 50 years, by the end of his lifespan, that we'll be able to download our conscious into like another body.
I saw that. It's called like the Neuralink.
Neuralinks, yeah.
So they're saying where we'll get a chip in our bodies and we will be able to process information without thinking.
Well, that's different. That's like kind of different.
Where
That's
it's
the
like
idea.
we don't
It's
have to, like we wouldn't have to go Google how
Correct.
to make a recipe. We would just think, and the recipe would just come into our mind without us having to actually type into Google.
If if there was a question, you're like, oh, what's the state capital of New Jersey? You wouldn't, even if you didn't know that, you would just automatically know it if you had the Neuralink, because like you have access to the World Wide Web.
That's wild. Like that's 50 years away.
I think that's closer than you think. Yeah, 100%.
I think they've already implemented it in some animal studies, but all I can imagine is pop-up ads.
That's bizarre. So like, would that be almost like, say you go to the grocery store, instead of using like Apple Pay or your Apple Watch or your phone for Apple Pay, you can just literally just touch it and it's like your body is paying for it? Like
you could see something where maybe like your fingerprint is linked up into your card or something.
That's actually something they've already put out is palm print. You can actually pay with them.
But the fact where you can process information without even knowing it and giving that information without having to do anything is crazy.
I'm talking about more of like, say, right, like our bodies as we get older, they're getting like weaker or like things start to not work as well. So that idea where we're almost basically like a cyborg in a sense, where like we can take our subconscious, move it to another body, and then we'd be able to basically live on forever.
Basically.
Yeah, like we'd be able to live on forever. And I think it's pretty close to it, maybe within.
But we would they would never let humans live on forever.
As long as
we
you
just get overpopulated, unless we could have like living species on like Mars and just have a ship.
Well, it all depends. I mean, right now the actual population rate is down, significantly.
That's thanks to COVID.
Well, I think that's thanks to a lot of things. The idea that our generation just doesn't want to have kids or can't afford to have kids, like right.
And we're also eating like shit, so we're dying younger.
Not necessarily.
I think so. I think there's.
I think it's not just eating. I think it's just many people are not taking very good care of their bodies.
Our generation just does not want to have kids or cannot really afford kids. But the population rate has been decreasing for a long time. And I don't think the benefits or the problems of our eating aren't going to show up for another 20 years. But like, I mean, I think, we don't have enough people to manage society the way it's supposed to. Like we've built it so far up where we don't have the amount of people to sustain it. But at the same time, like that's what's happening because the population rate is going down.
That's why people are scared of AI. Because if we develop AI, how do we control that? We can't even control humans, let alone robots.
I mean, yeah, it's a completely different topic, but yeah.
Well, it is, but it's like controlling the population, controlling society.
I could see AI becoming a full-fledged thing in the next 20 years.
So here's a piggyback question. The next one is, if you're invited on the first passenger trip to the moon, do you go? It's almost like, would you volunteer? Like, 100 people does the Neuralink. You get the email to do it. Are you going to be one of the first 100 people?
But here, the thing with the moon, though, am I living on the moon or am I just visiting? Is it like a vacation?
Or do I have to go there and I have to do shit?
Like, is it a 6-month vacation or is it like a work
You're
thing?
on the first trip to the moon where, like, you're anticipating living at least a little bit of your life there.
Is there a nice hotel there?
I don't know. That's what
or
you're the first one going.
Am I building my house?
You're the first one going. You're the one that's going to find out. So you're the one that has to take that risk. Do you say yes or do you say no?
If
you
this
could go
was,
down in the history books, Paul.
No, I wouldn't do the moon. But if it was like Mars or another planet,
all right, let's say Mars.
Yeah, I'll take Mars.
As long as Mars has a McDonald's, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I'd build a McDonald's.
Even though there's a 10% chance you die, I'd build a McDonald's.
Well, that's the big question. I love the questions.
We got to capitalize on this.
So wait, I love the questions like the hypotheticals where it's like, if you're in an arena and 10% of the arena is going to die, like would you still go to the arena? Like, would you, if you got $1 million to show up to the arena, but that like 1/10 of the audience would die by leaving, like, would you still go?
That's a fucked up Mr. Beast episode.
There's another scenario where it's like, if a guy gives you a briefcase and says there's $5 billion in there, there's a 50% chance there's $5 billion in there, or a 50% chance there's a bomb in there that blows up everybody. What would you do?
Would you take the risk?
I wouldn't personally. That scenario, whether it's either $5 billion or it's a bomb or it just blows up and then I die and people around me die, I don't need $5 billion. Like, I know there's a saying that like money doesn't buy happiness, but I think money does buy happiness to an extent. But at the same time, $5 billion doesn't justify me dying.
Yeah, compared to dying.
No.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
what?
You could either be happy for the rest of your life or dead.
All right. Do we have any positive one here to go out? All right, here, last one. You've won 10 years of free unlimited services. You pick either a masseuse, a chauffeur, or a top chef. Which one do you choose, Paul?
So I actually just signed up for a massage. What's that called? Membership?
A membership?
Yeah, so I got a monthly membership.
This guy's
I just
got a
signed
bit of a
up.
bias.
I do like going to get a massage. If you haven't done it,
I haven't done it.
oh, it'll change your life. Definitely go
That's
do
what
it.
I hear. I hear it changes your
But here's
life.
the thing. I don't need one of those every day or like every week. Like once a month, I think is probably going to be plenty for me.
A top chef, I feel like would be such an advantage.
A chauffeur though, like, are we talking about like a full like butler? Like it's like, hey, I go need my clothes washed. You're gonna do my dishes.
Like a super nanny. Like they'll drive
you
you
just taking care of
everywhere.
me?
They'll clean up after you. Maybe be your bodyguard too.
I think the most benefit for sure is the top chef.
I think I would have to go top chef.
Because like I want to be able to like I can wash my dishes and I can like drive myself. But if you were like, hey, if I didn't have to worry about a meal at all, that relieves so much stress from my day. I'll probably
Right.
be eating a lot better.
And you could eat good,
Yeah.
yet healthy at the same time.
for sure, yeah. I think-
Because he probably knows how to do that if he's a top chef. And then you can also teach the top chef how to be a masseuse.
for sure, yeah.
And then you tell your top chef to clean your fucking room.
Yeah, that's
And then you
terrible.
go all in one, baby.
or you could just get your chauffeur.
That's the show. My top 5 list is unbeatable.
Definitely go check out our Instagram, our TikTok if you're not following us already at Life's a Party Pod. Go on our Instagram because those polls will be up there, and make sure you're following us so you can make sure that I win. Because
And we'll be
his lists are
watching.
god awful.
I want to let you guys know at home that I look to see who votes for what.
That's true. Ryan is very judgmental.
I am. So just let you know, if you vote against me, I will be judging you. So I'm just throwing that out there as a precursor.
But vote honestly. We'll see you later. This Life's a Party. As always,
Music. Hey,
peace.
later.